Welcome back, guys. So right now I want to carry out a fundamental analysis, and we're going to be using one of these tools we mentioned earlier on. We're going to be using Coin Market Cap to carry out this fundamental analysis. We have the metrics already. We know the metrics to use already. Here are the metrics to use: the market capitalization, the supply metrics, the volume and liquidity. We're going to do something about utility and use cases, and we're going to check the market shrunk. So let's go to one of the coins we want to look at. One of the coins we'll be using in this course, one of the coin we'll be buying is SRP. So let's carry out a fundamental analysis on SRP. I'm going to search for SRP right here on the coin market cap. I'm going to check for SRP, and here we are. This is SRP right here. You can check the progress. As you can see, this is the chart. We're going to talk about the chart later on, but right now what we want to do is to do the fundamental analysis. So I'm going to use my notepad. I'm going to look for my notepad to take notes of what we'll be doing right here. So here is my notepad. First thing I want to check is the market capitalization. Let's check the market capitalization of this coin. Right here, you're going to see the market capitalization, and we're going to see the rank. That's the first two things we want to do. Here is the rank. The rank is 7, as you can see it here. This coin is ranked 7th out of 10,116 active cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap. So it's ranked number 7. So let's note that right now. The market rank, let's say coin fundamental analysis on Ripple. So the name of the coin is Ripple. We're going to just put it into brackets. We're going to put it into brackets SRP. And the first thing I did was to check the market cap. So the market capitalization. Now the market capitalization is, when we go back to the coin market cap, we're going to check the capitalization. So I'm going to come back here and check the capitalization right here. Right now, when you check this is the market cap, and when you check this, it says the total market value of cryptocurrency circulating supply. It is analogous to the free float capitalization in stock market. So these are to calculate its current price times circulating supply, like I've said earlier on, and it has been calculated right here. As you can see, this is the market cap right now. The market cap is 26 billion 123. So we have 9 values. So this is 26 billion. That's the market cap. So right now, put that in. We've gotten the market cap 26 billion. So we're going to just put it 26 billion, and we're going to go in. The next metric we're going to check is the supply metrics. As you can remember vividly, we talked about the market capitalization, which gives us what we just did right now. We calculated it by the current price multiplied by the total supply, and the importance is to indicate the size and market share of a cryptocurrency. Now, what are you going to say about the size and market share of this cryptocurrency? The market size is big, and the market share is big as well. It's in billions. So we're going to leave that at that. We've done the market capitalization. Then we proceed to check the supply metrics. So supply metrics starts from circulating supply. So let's do the circulating supply. I'll come back to my notepad to check circulating supply. I'll check circulating supply. This tells you about the circulating supply. Then I'll come back here to check that. Now, when you come down here, you see your circulating supply right here. Look at it right here. Here we have it, and the circulating supply is 55 billion so far. Then we have this, as you can see it, you say the amount of coins that are circulating in the market are in public hands right now. It is analogous to the flowing shares to this in the stock market. So right now, you can read more about it. If you don't know what this means, you can read more about it, and this is a verified data. So right now we have 55 billion SRP. We have 55 billion, over 55 billion actually. So we are going to just put the circulating supply is over 58 billion. Yeah, so this is over as well. We are not putting the exact figure. We are just checking the market value and doing the fundamental analysis. So right now we have the circulating supply of over 58 billion, and right now you come back here to check what is the next one we want to check. We are going to check for the total supply. Now we have the circulating supply. Now when you check for the total supply, we have 99 total supply, 99 billion, over 99 billion. That's why we are having this 55.69 percentage. So the circulating supply out of the total supply is not a full, it's still 55.69 percentage. So now the total supply is 99 billion. So we're going to put that in the total supply. The total supply is over 99 billion. Now we have the total supply, and what does this suggest? According to our presentation, it says it's going to show you how it affects scarcity. So right now the coin is not yet scarce, it's still much more in supply. So this is the total number of coins that will ever be created, as you can see. So we have 56 point something percentage, so scarcity is not near, as you can see. So from this, what did we induce? We induced that scarcity is not near. Yeah, we induced that. And here we, in the circulating supply, what did we induce? What is our comments? When you come back here to the circulating supply, we said something about it. It says the number of coins currently available in the market, and we say this, we are going to say, is much more in circulation. Coin is much more in circulation. And the market cap tells us something. What does it tell us? It tells us something, and said something about it earlier on. I said it's going to indicate the size and market share of a cryptocurrency. So it has a big market share. That's the comment here. It has a big market share. Now we have that, then scarcity is not near. Then the next thing we're going to check in the supply metrics is we're going to check for the other metric, which is the maximum supply. We're going to check for the maximum supply, the maximum number of coins that will ever exist. So we have to check that as well. So what is the maximum supply for this? The maximum supply is actually 100 billion. That's the maximum supply. So we have 100 billion right here. So the mass supply is not yet in full supply. So the mass supply would be 100 billion of this coin will be supplied, and once it gets to 100 billion, that's where it hits scarcity. So right now we still have more coin, we still have over 40% to be supplied. We still have over, okay, sorry, this is what we are going to do. The total supply is now over 99 billion, so we still have less than 1%, we have less than 1%, we have less than 1% to be supplied. Actually, less than 1% to be supplied. When you remove over 99 billion from 100 billion, it remains less than 1% to be supplied. So that's the mass supply so far. That's what we deduce from that. And the next thing we're going to check is the volume. We're going to check for the volume metrics, and the first thing we're going to check is to check the total amount of cryptocurrency traded over a specific period. So high volume and liquidity suggest a healthy and active market. So we're going to check for the volume to check how active the market is. We're going to check for the volume. The volume will be right here. We're going to check for volume. We're going to check for liquidity. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to check the volume, and I'm going to come back here to check the total amount of cryptocurrency traded over a specific period of time. So come back here to the coin market cap to check for the volume. So we're going to check for the volume right here. The volume or market cap is 3.37%. That's the volume. As you can see it right here, it says indicator of liquidity. The higher the ratio, the more liquid cryptocurrency is. So this is not so liquid, which should make it easier for it to be bought, sold, or an exchange close to its value. Cryptocurrencies with a low ratio are less liquid and most likely present less stable markets. So now we have 3.37%, which is so low. That is so low. And right now, when you check the volume right here says ranked 9th by volume out of 10,116 active cryptocurrencies listed. So right now, the volume right now is 881 million out of billions. We have 1.79% of it being traded actively. So we are going to say the coin is not so active with a volume of 1.65% in the last 24 hours. With a volume of 1.65% in the last 24 hours. Now the liquidity, we are going to talk about liquidity. This is a comment. Would say it is not easy to sell, and that's just it. It's not easy to sell. That's the liquidity part, because when we check here, the liquidity says the ease at which cryptocurrency can be bought or sold without affecting its price. So it is not easy to sell or be bought. It's not easy to sell or buy without affecting the market price. So what this tells you is that when people sell a lot, it's going to affect the price. The price go down so low, and when people buy, it's going to affect the price as well. So that's just the liquidity part. So it's still a good coin to buy right now. It has prospects. Just have it like that. Then the next metric we're going to look at is utility and use cases. So what are the use cases of this Ripple? We are going to check that out later. But for now, let's just take note of all these. So we're going to check that the use cases for this, and that will be all for this right now. This fundamental analysis, we are going to save this. So we are doing on Ripple. We're going to have this save. So this is what we did for the fundamental analysis. I hope to see you in the next lesson where we'll get to talk more about this. I hope to see you there. See you there.